Amen. Shy Bro, Father James and Father Hank.
You
didn't use up all your witty comments, Father Hank, did you?
Wait, what?
This is our 100th episode. Hey, congratulations, 100 episode. Yeah,
wow.
and then you're
has the pandemic been that long?
Yeah,
100 episodes.
100 episodes.
Holy cow!
Shy Bro 100.
100.
Kind of a follow up on our last podcast on socks. There are a lot of cool saints in the month of January. I always like kind of doing this, especially when I'm preaching. I feel like I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel. I'm like, I don't know what to say about this gospel. Let's just go to the saints. Stories, you can't go wrong with the stories of the saints.
It's so true.
And then I always like looking at the month. Who are some saints? And, like, there's some powerhouse month with various saints, but January 2nd on that Saturday we had the Saints Basil and Gregory, the Cappadocian fathers, early church doctors of the church, theologians, which was cool. Do you remember that Office of Readings, Father Hank? They talked about their friendship though.
Oh, that is a really cool description of friendship. Yeah.
Yeah, remember that? That was pretty awesome.
They were like compete with each other to grow in virtue.
Mm-hmm. By the way, shout out to Basil, who's a little boy from parishioner. Nice. Yeah, that's a great name, Basil, and any of the Gregories out there. Then on January 4th, we had don't say that, it'll hurt you. Kevin Gregus, seminary in St. Juliana, does not like to go by Greggy. He's also got a rival podcast, Being of Friends and Rivalry. Saint Elizabeth Ann Seton. She was January 4th. Her 200th anniversary of her death. She was the first American canonized saint. Elizabeth Ann Seton forsook the life of wealth and privilege. She kind of grew up in an aristocratic family, or like a wealthy family, and became a nun. Pretty awesome story. Philadelphia.
Is she kind of like the foundress, or at least the patroness for like homeschooling?
Yeah, schooling for sure. Maybe homeschooling. Okay. Could be. Yeah, why not? Let's give her that.
We dub it. Let it be known.
Seton Hall, named after her. And then the next day, on January 5th, was St. John Neumann. St. John Neumann, also Philadelphia bishop or individual. He was German / Bohemian, Central Europe, but he came to the United States. Also a great, did you remember doing that Office of Readings too on John Neumann?
Refresh my memory.
Yeah, so he's writing a letter. He's the bishop, not yet in Philadelphia, somewhere, maybe it was Pittsburgh first or some kind of smaller diocese. And he's writing to basically the Holy Father saying, look, if I'm not doing a good job as bishop, just, very humble, like just remove me, or promote someone who's better than I. I know I'm kind of pathetic and I'm limited in my skills, but whatever you need me to do, I'll do it. If you want to send me like to the booney, whatever, just I'll go. Anything I can do to serve. So it's just really kind of like, wow, this is amazing. And he was an awesome bishop, and obviously was made a saint. So just to see that humility, that was was pretty cool. I want to say, so we have the Feast of Saint Agnes. Saint Agnes, early Roman martyr. And there's some other Roman martyrs. Let's talk about Agnes real quick, though. She was 21st, right? Was a young girl, very beloved. Just think of like a charming, sweet, young girl, like, in grade school or whatever. It's just like, oh, she's just so great. Everyone loves her. She's so kind and helpful. And that's how Agnes was. So when she was killed, like all the Romans, Christians and non-Christians alike, really mourned her loss. And on this feast is when they make in Rome the palliums. Now, this is kind of complicated. Sort of Agnes obviously is connected to lamb. What they do is they shear the lambs on this day in Rome. So they take the lamb's wool and they make the pallium. Now the pallium is like that little. Do you know? Can you actually? You probably what a pallium is, Father Hank. Can you describe that?
Sure. So the pallium is symbolic of like the Good Shepherd, Jesus we see carrying a sheep on his shoulders. So the pallium is designed as a big ring, and then two lines of wool, and the bishop wears it around his neck. So the big circle is kind of like the body of the sheep, and then the first leg, it kind of falls down on his chest, and then the other one falls on his back. So kind of carrying the sheep. Then it has 5 crosses for the wounds of Christ, and then the bottom of those, the stripe or the leg, if you will, is completely black. I think to make it look like a hoof or something.
Oh,
and then,
nice! I never thought about that.
And then the reason
it sounds good, just like we're making.
Let's keep going.
Elizabeth Ann Nancy and patron saint of homeschooling. Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah,
Shibro declares you throughout the land. And then Saint Agnes is connected to lamb because of the Latin word for lamb is Agnus, Angus, and Agnes is Agnes. So
Agnus Dei.
Latin trivia.
Yeah, so in the Basilica of St. Agnes in Rome, they bring all these lambs in, and then they shear them and make that white strip garment that goes around the bishop, a sign of his authority over the area. So next time you're watching Cardinal Supich celebrate Mass, notice around his neck that white pallium, I guess, for lack of a better word. So that's so St. Agnes, awesome young woman, Roman martyr. Then January 20th, the day before, has some pretty also cool Roman martyrs. One of the most popular saint names amongst kids in school, confirmation names. Can you guess? Begins with an S.
Saint Sebastian.
Saint Sebastian. And shout out to my nephew, Sebastian, my older sister Nora's son, her younger son. Luke's the older one. So Sebastian is January 20th. Roman. Do you know anything you know about Saint Sebastian, Father Hank?
Why don't you take this one?
All I know is he was a Roman soldier, and he was shot with arrows, and he was patron saint of athletes.
Nice.
And Saint Fabian is another Roman martyr who's that day. Saint Bridget is January 21st, and then a biggie is January 25th, which is my half birthday, by the way. When do people stop celebrating half birthdays? I remember that being like a thing.
I don't know when they started doing it.
Oh, you never got like a shout out for your half birthday?
No.
Yeah, my birthday is July 25th, Feast of St. James. January 25th is the Feast of the Conversion of St. Paul. It's kind of an interesting feast day. The Conversion of St. Paul, when he fell off the horse, which is apocryphal. He was probably just walking on the ground. Sees Jesus. Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me? And Saul then goes on to Damascus and has his conversion, and he's St. Paul. And the church, the world has changed forever. Paul's is crucial in taking the gospel to Greece, to Europe, to Rome, all over the world. And most of the letters, of course, in the New Testament are written by St. Paul. There's that great Caravaggio painting of the conversion of Saul, of St. Paul. Then two fruits of St. Paul's ministry and life is the next day, January 26th, the Saints Timothy and Titus, also letters in the New Testament. There were St. Paul's spiritual sons who he made priests and then bishops, and those are great letters in the New Testament, by the way, Father Hank. Have you read them before?
I've read some of them, yes.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Timothy and Titus. Great. Shout out to Father Tim and Estes and Father Tim Monahan on their patron days. Do you know any Tituses? Father Steve Titus is a priest in Cheyenne, Wyoming. And then St. Thomas Aquinas, huge one. Just say something briefly about St. Thomas Aquinas. He's January 28th.
He was nicknamed the Dumb Ox.
That's all you need to know about Thomas Aquinas. Arguably the greatest theologian in the history of the church. And thanks for that brilliant insight. Great commentary.
Anytime.
You all know about Thomas Aquinas. We could do another podcast on him. Anyways, pray with the saints this month of January. And
Can I add one?
Sure.
Yeah, January 6th. Highlight St. Andre Besset.
Oh, good call. Sorry, forgot about him. Yeah, right.
We are in the year of St. Joseph, and St. Andre was a big promoter of devotion to St. Joseph. He's featured in the 33-day consecration to St. Joseph, brought to us by Father Donald Calloway. I think, did he put up...
And what was his nickname? The Velvet Fog or something? Yeah, the Smart Ox.
I think... Did he put up the Basilica to St. Joseph in Canada?
Yeah, in Montreal. Yep.
Nice.
He very much did. He was a porter, just a simple doorman. Anyways, yeah, a lot of great saints. May they pray for us.
It's been a good year.
Any more ones to sneak in the last minute?
I could.
Let him go.
Stay tuned with Daily Mass.
Yeah, God bless you.
Peace.